everybody. Come on in, come say hello. We're gonna do some sewing today, and it's been so long since we did some sewing, right? I've sewn this before, but I needed to make myself a new one, you guys, so that's why we're sewing a new one. If this is your first time joining me live, my name is Genevieve, and this is my channel, Thunderbird Handcrafted. We love to create things that inspire awe and nostalgia, and so today we are going to be making, and I think this will eventually be one of those things, we are going to be making the Hydro Pouch. This is my current one, and it was my winter one, and I probably should have made myself a spring and summer one, but I never got around to it because that's the life of someone who dyes fabric in the summertime. This is the Hydro Pouch. This is what we're making today, and it's perfect. And I think it's perfect if you're thinking about teacher gifts. It's perfect for that. I do have, did I do another live for this, or did I do a recorded tutorial? I can't remember. There's another video on my page for the Hydro Pouch. The pattern is from Sweet Adeline Stitchz. Come on in and say hello if you're here today and hanging out with me. Let me know what you're up to if you're sewing today. It is Sunday. And it's really great because you can carry everything that you need right on your cup. And I have a lot of teacher friends. I'm trying to get my hair to a place. It's not super hot today, but it is. Hi, Diana. It is warm, and I don't have the air conditioner on here in my sewing room because it gets too cold. So I guess I'll just put it in a ponytail. That way it's out of my face for us to sew, because I really don't like my hair in my face when I'm sewing. All right, so we are going to sew the Hydro Pouch. So before I came on here, I was thinking maybe I would also sew a bitty bug pack. Hi, Melissa. Oh, sewing a map pack. Melissa, you know, that's one I haven't made yet. I have the pattern. Haven't done it yet. This winter, we're going to be doing more. We're going to be doing more live. We're going to sew more together for the simple reason that I have so many patterns. I'm sure I'm not alone. So many patterns that I haven't made. We should just sew them together, right? So today, again, if you're new here, let me start over. If you're new here, my name is Genevieve. This is my channel, Thunderbird Handcrafted. My goal is really to just inspire awe, inspire you to practice self-care. And so sewing is one of my ways that I remind myself to slow down. And so I hope that by joining me, this is a relaxing, fun, inspiring opportunity to hang out together. And I just remembered that I didn't put my phone on Do Not Disturb. There we go. Sorry if I paused. I didn't put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I just did now. So we are going to sew the Hydro Pouch, which, like I said, is done by Sweet Adeline Stitchz. This was my winter version. I did not go and make myself a summer version, a spring version. This is going to be my like summer into fall version. I think this is a great teacher gift. So my best friend is a teacher, and as soon as I made her one, everybody who worked with her wanted one. So I would encourage you, because all the teachers carry their water around all day. So if you're looking for teacher gifts, this is a great teacher gift. And the bitty bug pack. So I think the bitty bug pack is going to be also a great teacher gift to like add on to this. I always have things clipped onto the side of my Hydro Pouch. So I feel like making a matching set could be really fun, because maybe they leave their water at their desk during lunchtime and they clip this onto their like lanyard or something for when they go to be like on lunch duty or recess duty. I don't know. I just think together having a matching set would be a great thing. We are not going to make this today. We might make this next week. And I'll share in a little bit. But the Hydro Pouch, again, Sweet Adeline Stitches. She has an Etsy page. I do have the link in the details for you all if you want to grab the pattern. I'm going to share with you how I've expanded the pattern a little bit. I don't know if she added the wider for the, I don't know if she added that to her pattern, but I did make mine a little wider, so I'll share the measurements of that for you all. And then the Bitty Bug Pack is by Carolina Little Stitches, and Kayla's amazing. I do have the link for this as well. What I do want to show you guys, this is kind of just a little plug. So those of you who are looking for different things to use for your Bitty Bug Packs, for the backs. So as you might know, I have a woven binding that we started dyeing this summer. It's called Binded and Dyed. And not only is it great to do the binding of this, which is, I did do the binding of mine with Binded and Dyed, okay? It has just enough of the stretch, which is nice when you're dealing with something that's small like this. But you can also fold it in half and it's the perfect straps. So your binding and your straps will match. So go check it out. All right, let's see. Do it. It's a great pattern. I'm actually making 120% version of the map pack. That's cool, Melissa. Yeah, I do like bigger, even though I'm making small stuff today. But yeah, I'll check that out. And then Diana's making blueberry hand pies. Diana, why do you share this stuff and not invite us all over? Hello? And I'm just hanging my bitty bug from my straw on my cup. Yeah, I feel like, you know, you could hang it from the straw. But what's nice about this is there's a D-ring here and you'll be able to just hang that little baby right off of your Hydro Pouch. And it's nice, the Hydro Pouch, like the version that I'm doing, because it's a little wider, does hold my phone. And then on the inside, I just put, and I didn't do it this time for this one, I didn't cut it out, I forgot. I guess I could add it. I usually add like a little lobster claw clip for my keys for the inside. So I think I'm going to add that. I forgot to add that. So I'm going to add that. And this one here, I didn't have any pockets on the inside. I just had it basic, but I am going to have a little like slip pocket in this one. Good morning, Yesenia. How are you? It's been so long since I got to talk to you all and have people talk back to me. I've only been doing stories. Singing Creek Designs. Hi, Vonda. Susu Sling. Ooh, and you're going to embroider the front. Girls, don't tempt me with these embroidery machines. I don't have the room. I sold my embroidery machine during the pandemic. I should have kept it. But Apollo is here. He's laying down over here and where he usually lays. So we might hear from him a little later. There he is. Taking a nappy, midday nappy. So yeah, we're all here. We're all here. Yay. Hi, Sybil. Okay, so I'm going to share with you what I'm using today. And I'm going to drop it. Oh, where did that go, Apollo? Oh, no. Where did it go, Bubby? Well, we can grab another one. Oh, there it is. It went underneath the sewing machine. All right, I'm going to share with you what I'm using today. So the first thing that I am using is this is probably, there are a lot of library designs that I love from our library series. If you guys are new here, you didn't know, we do a print fabric. We are running our holiday print pre-order right now. And so that's very exciting. There's lots of designs. I know, I'm sorry, there's so many to choose from. I couldn't choose, so that's why I offered them all to you guys. But if you go over to our website, one of my favorite series, and it is a series that we will continue to have, okay, you guys? We'll continue to have our library series. Some of them might change out, but what I will tell you is that if you missed out on one of your favorite library series prints at one of our past pre-orders, our pre-order that we're going to do, probably October-ish, November-ish, all of the library series prints will be available for one last time before we filter them through and add new ones for the new year, okay? So I know that there's a lot of spooky prints this time around and other fun things that people are having a hard time making decisions and they want the library prints, but personally, I just feel like these library prints, some of them are so like timeless. You can make something and have it, right, last. And also teacher gifts. What teacher doesn't love books? So anyways, this is one of my favorite prints, and I think it's just because I love the bright colors in this. And so this one's called Bookstagrammer. So that's what I'm making my Hydro Pouch out of. It's what I also made my little bitty bug pack with, okay? So this is Kona cotton, and if you don't know anything about Kona cotton, it is a little bit of a thicker weave of cotton woven, okay? Which is really nice if you're bag making. It was traditionally, I think, made for quilters, and so all I did was I interfaced this with Sew Fuse Plus. It's a little heavier duty so that my Sailrite wouldn't eat it, okay? But this is Bookstagrammer, and another reason I chose this is because those of you who know I dye fabric, I've been being asked for weeks, months, since the last rainbow drop, which was May. We did a rainbow retail to do another dyed rainbow fabric drop, okay? Because who doesn't like rainbows, right? I feel like everybody, it's like the one thing I can never make enough of it. I hope I made enough of it this time because I made a lot. So we're gonna probably have 2 drops of rainbows, surprise rainbow drops. But what I will tell you is that there is gonna be a rainbow drop today. If you are a Patreon, you know exactly what time the rainbow drop is going to be. And if you are on my email list or you've signed up for an account on my website, you will receive emails, text messages when the rainbow is available, okay? But there will be a rainbow drop today. And this is, this I called Unicorn Rainbow because it's a little bit more pastel. There's not as many pieces as this in this drop, but there will be a few more in the second. But the other one I'm calling Rainbow Bright. It's not neon rainbow like we did the first time around, but it is a very bright rainbow. It's not like the retro rainbow that we did before. So this is, it's sailcloth. That's what I used for this time around. And this is the Unicorn Rainbow. And it's so pretty. Like, look at, like, oh my gosh. I'm going to have to make something else with this piece. But I felt like it went, like, it goes so well. The colors go really well together. So, that's the fabric we're using. I know, it's so gorgeous. It really, like, my daughter, when we went, because my daughter actually helped me dye this, she was like, Mom, this is so pretty. So yeah, so I had to make something for myself out of it because I never do that, and I feel like that needs to be a goal of mine now that we're busier, we have more stuff. I really do need to make some things for myself, so this will be one of those things. So those are the fabrics, the Bookstagrammer and the Unicorn Rainbow dye. I have this little woven label. This is from, I got this at Sewcation in Vegas. This is from Emporium Threads. It says Tea and Toms. So very bookish. I have my my label, my logo label, and then I have Happily Ever After. This is from the Heartwood and Hide Co. So I felt like those, I'm going to put that on the front, like I'm going to put this on top, and 2 tags. You can do 2 tags, right? So that's my tags. And then my zipper tape is this zipper tape, you guys. It goes with so much, and it goes with pretty much every type of metal for your poles. This tape is called Sully or Monster. I think it's called Sully over on Dream Big, and it's like Monsters Inc. colors. But it goes really well with this, right? I felt like it went really good. So that's what we're doing for the zipper. This zipper pull, this book stack zipper pull, that's from Idle Blooms. And I just have a gold D-ring. I don't know where that's from. Multiple places. I have, for my purple girls, I have a purple, this is 1-inch webbing from Dream Big as well. I have my Velcro. This is from Amazon. I can put, I'll put the link. I'll put the links to all these places in the details when I'm all done. So you guys, if you want, but this was like a pack of like 12 different colors of Velcro. So that's what that is. And then I'm going to bind it. I'm going to use Bind It and Dyed. And this is the Lavender Haze binding that came in. If you get sewing blurbs, this is a Lavender Haze Bind It and Dyed and Binded that you'll find in your sewing blurbs this month. Right? It was this month. I'm pretty sure it was this month. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, the binding is really pretty. And what I love about this, and we're going to bind with it, but I'm going to show you how I bind with it. The one reason I wanted to do this is I actually really do like how binded projects turn out, right? Like I like how it creates a structure, but everybody, like, you know, doesn't love binding, right? So I really wanted to try to provide a binding that would help those of us who are learning to bind bags, and binding that could be used for other things, right? Because some of the binding that has been coming out, and even if you create your own binding that is like the water resistant canvas, you can't really use that for anything else if you're going to sew other projects. Because this is a woven binding and it's cotton, you can use it for all different things. Yeah, Diana has used it. A bunch of other people in my group seem to be really liking it. It is a 1 1/4 inch, and I'm going to show you why I chose at first to do 1 1/4 inch, but we are discussing for next summer of offering 1 inch. Okay, so we'll get to that when we get to that. My thread that I'm using is the Siah Swag Cotton Candy. I seem to be on a kick with that one right now. And so, yeah, let's get to sewing. I'm going to tilt you guys down. Can we see okay? Let's see if I can maybe position it a little bit. We good? I think that looks good. All right, we're going to... As far as what I've interfaced things with, so I've interfaced some things with the SewFuse Plus, and then I've interfaced like the interior with just a, what do you call this, like a woven fleece, just to give it some structure. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to put my tags on. Hi, Mo. How you doing? Yeah, I feel like it's been forever since I was sewing, but I feel like we're at a really good spot with fabric. And so now I can breathe a little bit. So I think every Sunday until I go on my trip, I think we're going to do a live sew. So, and I want to try to make it like simpler projects just so that we're not, Sunday is my day where we usually do a family dinner, and then my husband and I, we watch House of Dragon together. So I don't want it to go super late. So if you guys think of simple sews that I haven't done before, shoot me a DM or a message, or post them over in the Facebook group. And then that way over the next couple weeks, we can just do some simple sewing together. I think I don't know. Do those of you who are right-handed, do you always like tilt things to the side? I've noticed that I do that, and I don't know if that is a neurodivergent thing or if that's just a right-handed thing. I'll put that there. let's see. I think I want to put happily ever after, like, I don't know. Should I do it? Maybe I should do it from the top down. Goodness, why am I tilting it? So I know I have a bunch of Socation people here. Who's all going to the Florida Socation? Deej and I haven't really decided just yet. I feel like I haven't been able to like think about it, you know? But if we did go, I would maybe want to vend. So I would want to make sure we had enough stuff to do that. We just did add a bunch of different colors of our binded and dyed. I added a bunch of new colors yesterday. So tonight, if you're going after the rainbow dye, make sure you grab some matching binding. I think that looks good. Huh? Because I kind of want to see one of those books there. Yeah. All right. Now we can sew those on. Oh, you're doing an Alaska cruise, Sybil? That sounds awesome. I'd like to do one of those eventually. Got to get the kiddos to college. Only a couple more weeks. Oh, darn it. I didn't change my stitch length. Change your stitch length if you're going to do your tags. Yeah, we are all set for our cruise. I'm taking my son on a cruise for his graduation gift from high school. And we're going to London and Belgium. And we're pretty, like, everything is ready to go. So I'm excited. He's getting excited now too. Our cruise is, it's like middle of August, I want to say. Yeah, it's like mid-August. Oh, maybe Vonda was asking Sybil too when she's cruising. Yeah, I think it's going to be great. It'll be a really good way to end the summer. As much as, like, I kind of was stressed out about it because we had all these other things, like moving kids into college and making sure all of the fabric is finished. I kind of, at first, when I was, like, first getting in the summer, I was like, oh, you shouldn't have planned it for that time. But it will be so good to just reset before, like, fall and being a true empty nester, because both my kids will be gone. I mean, except my third child, Apollo. He'll still be here. Oh, maybe you guys are going on a cruise together, Sybil. Is Vonda going on the same one? I've been really thinking about what, I was thinking about taking this, like taking a Stanley Cup and this stuff on the cruise, like to travel with. But the one thing about the Stanley Cups when you're traveling is I just feel like they're awkward. Am I the only one who feels like they're just awkward, like a regular water bottle that can like actually sit down inside like a backpack? I don't know. I feel like I also need a different backpack. And I've been looking for patterns. I just don't find one I love. But I like a good kind of rucksack, like, you know, something that's decent, right? But so if you have good backpack patterns, let me know. And I was thinking about making myself for the trip, the Lynn Sport, but then I was like, that's still small. Like, I like to use my backpack as like my carry-on thing, and then I'll have like an extra pair of clothes in there, have my laptop in there, you know, like the 40-ounce Stanley is too big. Yeah, for traveling, I feel like it is too. I agree. I used to carry, it's probably not cool anymore, but I was thinking about getting myself a new swell bottle. Like when I traveled a lot, when I worked in fashion, that's what I used, was a swell bottle. And they fit so nice, like into a backpack to travel. All right, so there's my front pocket. It's so cute. Oh, I just love this fabric. So now I'm going to, I have to get my centers and I have to cut off my excess interfacing here. This fabric, you guys, so I did the same type of, I guess you would call it a pattern as far as like the dye technique with the Rainbow Bright dye too. So you'll see ones that are like this, but like brighter. How about an H2O to go from Lynn's? I have the pattern, haven't made it yet, but I saw a hack for Stanley Cups. So Melissa, I have that pattern. I've made a lot, and I love the box bottom. I just don't want something that's like an extra thing, right? Because traveling, I like to travel as light as possible. Plus I have my son, who, don't get me wrong, he's 18, he's totally capable. He's my less traveled kid. So I feel like I'm also going to have to be like helping him navigate. And I just don't want to have a ton of stuff. But I love the H2O to go. Like, that is, like, this pattern and the H2O to go are definitely patterns where I'm like, if you want a pattern that you need to get your sew mojo back, that's definitely one of them. All right, just clipping my centers here, you guys. I really would like, I should show you guys, I don't know if I have it up here. There used to be this company, they're out of business now, which is sad, called Sword and Plow, and it was run by two female retired veterans. And they used all recycled, like, military fabric. So, like, the parachute stuff and, like, rucksack stuff. And it was really, and then they trimmed everything with leather, which made it really sturdy and just really great for traveling. And I have one of their rucksacks, but it is starting, and I just flipped that clip someplace. I used it when I went to Vegas, and I still love it, but and I've sewn it multiple times there. I probably should just take it apart and just really fix it. But where the leather is connecting the backpack straps, the leather is starting to like wear out and like tear. So I just feel like, and I'm like, you know, just draft your own pattern, Jenna, right? In all my free time. Okay, now I have my back, my pocket, my front. I'm just gonna stitch this all the way around with 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. But they had really beautiful things. I couldn't afford all of their beautiful things, but I saved up my money to get the rucksack. My daughter, I had gotten her for her senior year, she had their messenger bag, which was also very nice. But it has just the right pockets on the sides for like a good size water bottle to travel with. But the Stanleys don't fit in it because of the, you know, the way the bottoms are on the Stanleys. All right, there we go. There's our front and our back. And I put my back on upside down. No one's gonna see. All right, now I have, so this is my front piece. Now I'm gonna just put together my back piece. I'm just putting a little pocket on a little slip pocket on the inside. Oh, and I want to cut, don't let me forget, I want to cut a piece to do a key fob thing. Mo, you're the one of the busiest people I know. Oh, if I don't stay busy, Mo, I'm in trouble. Ah, too loose. All right. Tension wasn't right, you guys. That's what happens when I'm not sewing a lot. I forget my tension settings. Oh, I should have made it tighter there. I shouldn't have made it looser. I have to stay busy. I mean, it's part of my anxiety. Probably 80, what is it? Is it ADHD? I don't know. I've never been tested, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, and see, now it's coming. I didn't interface this, and I should have. Well, let's see how the other side. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. And I'm just gonna lay this. Oh, I need to find my centers. You guys should see, I didn't take any pictures of it. I'll post a sneak peek when I go to take it down. So the fabric we dyed yesterday is for, one was for March Dynamic Fabric Kit and one was for April's Dynamic Fabric Kit. The April one, my daughter came up with the fold and the color. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. All right, don't do it upside down. Wow. So is anybody, like, do you have plans for sewing, for fall sewing? Like, when do you guys like to sew when it's like, I mean, turning to this time of year? Are there specific things you like to sew? Because I feel like, you know, in the summertime, we're all like busy with like beach bags but I feel like fall, I mean, obviously teacher gifts, backpacks, some other things. I mean, I'll tell you something. So, and I'm kind of shocked. So I know that not everybody celebrates Christmas, but I feel like most people celebrate some type of like holiday after Halloween, right? And I will tell you that a lot of the holiday fabrics, like that are specifically like, you know, more Yule, Christmas, you know, like the winter holiday, they're not very popular. I feel like, but I feel like people sew a lot of stuff at that time, but we just don't, do we just not sew it with holiday fabric? I'm interested in why that is. Because I love Christmas prints. I love holiday prints. I like Halloween. Maybe it's just a little too early. I don't know, but I feel like I'm not sure why. I don't ever really see a whole lot of people sewing it either. You know what I mean? You know what fabrics I really love that are part of the pre-order? The neon, like, mom ghoul, the Ghoul's Night Out. I love those. And I didn't get any of them printed for myself. So I'm definitely going to be ordering, when I put the pre-order in, I'm going to order some of those. Because I love them. I'm so glad, like, neons are still in. I tend to bake more during the holidays and sew less. Maybe that might be a good reason, is that we're doing other crafts and we're not necessarily giving sewing. Like, if we are giving sewing as a gift, it's not going to be like a holiday fabric, right? That could totally be the reason. I can see that. All right, I need to cut a piece here for my little key fob, because I want to have a little key fob. Where's my, here we go. I probably could use, if I had more of the lavender haze, I probably could use a piece of that, but we're just gonna cut a piece of dyed fabric. I need a little lobster claw. Okay. Is that going to fit on there? No. to make a bag with Christmas fabric, then it's limited to just that time, and I'm not sure people are spending money on something that's limited for what. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yep, end of year stuff. I feel like fabrics that are a little bit more like New Year's Eve-esque, right? Like sparkly and shimmery, like those are things that you could probably get like to sew that time of year, right? But you could wear it for more things, like to parties and stuff like that, right? Yeah. That was one of the reasons, like, everybody was asking me to do that color theory class as, like, an online thing. And I was like, I cannot do it during, like, the holidays, everybody. It's not a good time for everybody to do that. And I don't have time now. And, like, fall is back to school. So that's not a good time. So I think we'll probably do it, after the holidays, like January. And that will be a good time of year to do it too, because it's like resetting and like restarting. And I also feel like spooky season has become an all year round event thing, right? Spooky season isn't limited to just Halloween anymore. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, we're gonna, do I wanna, no, probably don't wanna. Oh, don't you jam on me, you little bugger. Yep. Didn't like that. But we got at least one stitch in there for now, which is good. All right. Well, how far do I want that to go down? Because I don't need it to be that long. I probably need it to just go like there. Yeah. Why are you not sewing? Do I not have any more bobbin? I think I ran out of bobbin, you guys. Yep. All right. So this is my PSA of saying I'm just going to use up a color that I already have wound. Anybody else do that? It doesn't matter to me because it's mine. I don't care if it doesn't match. And everything matches tie-dye. I'm trying not to think about my son going away to college. Like, I'm always so excited for my kids. Like, I want them to be independent and go off on their own and do awesome things. But at the same time, I'm like in denial that he's not going to be here. I keep telling him the reason I'm in denial about it is because I won't have anyone to do the dishes anymore. And then he rolls his eyes at me. But I am actually really going to miss him. Alright, I'm going to just clip that baby off. Alright, there we go. Alright, so there's my back. Here's my front. Now, I'm remembering how I did this. I think I'm going to I'm gonna attach my stuff here. And I hate these lighters, you guys. I need to get something better. I used to have the little thread singer. I used to have a barbecue lighter. I need to get one like Amber has. First couple of months of having an empty nest is the hardest, but then you start to adapt and enjoy your time doing things. Yeah, I mean, this will be like both of them will be gone, right? So I know that it's going to be different than what it was when my daughter left, but I feel like I'm starting to feel like when my daughter left, like I realized I was in denial with her too. And then when she did leave, I was like in a grieving state. Now when she comes home, I'm like, oh, can you go back to school? Oh, what is going on with my bobbin? Something. It's going, it's coming. Let me see this. There we go. All right. So now that goes right where the center line is. This is where this is going to go on. And now we're going to do our Velcro. So what I usually do with my Velcro is I line it up. Like so. And then I'm just going to do a 1/4 inch seam to hold the two together. Like so. And then I open it up and I like open the other, like the seam up and make that flat. The one thing, like, because we were really pretty young parents, like my husband and I are both like, we have a lot of time to like do stuff together now, which is nice. And I need some double-sided tape. And we're gonna lay that on our 1 inch webbing. But I feel like I'll be the same. If you don't hear from me in September, find me. It means that I've crawled in my mom depression hole that my kids are gone. My son isn't going to be that far away, so I keep like reminding myself that, like, oh shoot, I did it the wrong direction. You want your fuzzy side, like I have a little bit more webbing than I do my Velcro. You want your fuzzy side to be the one that you have a little bit of an extra bit of webbing on. See? Like that. So my 2 pieces of Velcro, because I think I have different dimensions than she does. My 2 pieces of Velcro are 7 inches, 7 1/4 inches, okay? And then I did the 1/4 inch seam allowance. And then I believe this is 15 inches is the webbing. All right, now we're going to just sew that into place after I burn these edges down. Okay. And I'm going to start from the end that has a little bit excess. Change my stitch length. Tonight's family dinner night, and I haven't figured out what we're doing for family dinner night. Should have got something up this morning. Apollo's really going to be the one who has empty nest syndrome when the kids go back to school, because he's had them all summer long too. Last night he wouldn't come to bed again. There's certain nights of the week where he's like, nope, I'm part of the young pack, Mom. 10 o'clock is too early to go to bed. So then he stays down with the kids. All right, so there's my Velcro piece. And I'm going to put my Velcro piece centered like so. And now I'm just going to stitch these on. So I'm wearing my t-shirt from the last pre-order. I realized this morning that I didn't put the t-shirt or the hoodie up that I've had for the pre-order the last couple times. So I'm probably going to add those up on the website if anybody wants them. And I think I might make another design. Do we want a t-shirt or do we want a hoodie or a sweatshirt? I don't know. Do we want something different? I was thinking maybe we want something different. All right, so there's my back. So these I can just set aside because now we got to work on the gusset pieces. And I'll share with you the different measurements. So I have my zipper. My zipper is the measurements from the pattern, but the bottom gusset and the top gusset are different. So let me share with you what mine are. So my bottom gusset is 2 inches by 11¼ inches. Okay. So 2 inches by 11¼ inches. This makes the hydro pouch wide enough so that you can fit more in it. I really feel like her first version is nice, even if you're just carrying like a few cards, and maybe some cash. It won't fit your phone in the inside. Like this one, I should be able to fit my phone in the inside as well as on the outside, and still have room for some things. So 2 inches by 11¼ inches for the gusset pieces, and then for the top gusset piece, because you're only doing one of those, it is 1.5 inches by 8. I might have this too long. 8 3/4. Let me double check. 8.5 inches we should have. So I'm a little bit over there, so I need to fix that. So now we're going to, I'm going to find my center on my zipper. Find my center here. Is anybody going to any other events? I don't know what other events are happening. I know the Salty Sews girls are having theirs, which I definitely contemplated. We really need to get my building up. So I feel like that's probably going to take precedence for the rest of the year after we get the kids to college and stuff. Because my house is, it's been taken over by dyed fabric and print fabric and dyes and all right, so now I'm going to do 1/4 inch seam allowance straight down. If you need your stiletto here to just kind of hold everything, that's always a good idea. I want to do some more like book, like cover and book, like Kindle cover. There's so many good patterns out right now for those notebook covers. Do you guys have any recommendations for those? I was just talking with Megan Nixon about her, you know, she has her notebook covers. So I might do those. I want to play around with it a little bit. I'm just top stitching this, and I'm gonna stitch it so that the gusset here, I'm gonna stay stitch the rest of it. It just makes it easier. Yeah, we got my son his own luggage. He got that from us for graduation. There's so many different luggage companies, but I really wanted to make sure I got him something that would last. So we went with Samsonite, even though you can't get all like the cool stuff with it. But he got orange. He picked the color. I was like, oh, we're gonna see you a mile away in the airport, which is good. Everybody else has, like, mine are navy blue, and everybody has navy blue ones. Okay, The Moon Dance by Sincerely Jen is a good one. Yes, I've made the notebook cover of those. The only thing is you kind of have to use, has anybody done that with cotton wovens or canvases? I have made a bunch of those, but they were all vinyl ones. I'm kind of looking for ones that I can do some of my dyed fabrics, like my woven fabrics. I thought about next week I need to message Jess. She'll probably say yes because she's allowed me to do her other patterns. But I was thinking about doing a spice rack. Can you bind the edges? I don't know. I guess I could. I guess you could. I have to play around with it, but that's a good one. I really like, and Jen's patterns are so good. I really like her patterns. So now I'm just going to clip my centers on my bottom gusset. Did you guys see under the Bookish Babe designs, all the other book series that I found? One is for the Hunger Games, and one is for Lord of the Rings. There's, what are the other ones? The Princess Bride. There's, oh man, I'm forgetting. There's, oh well, there's some Fourth Wing ones, which I know is like big deal right now. I still haven't read it. Don't come after me. I have it on my list to read this fall because Amber was telling me that I need to make sure I read it. But I think I'm going to read the Blood and Ash series first. And then there's also some, my daughter liked these, the Doctor Who ones. My daughter was like, can you make me something with that? So that'll probably be something I make for my daughter for Christmas. So what I like to do with gussets like this, but when they're small, they're very easily can get wonky. So I like to line them up and then like clip them down further, just because it does help. So you kind of just want to center them, and then we're going to do a 3/4 inch, no, a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Yeah, the Moon Dance was a really good one. They came together super quick. Alright, now that we did that side, now we're going to do the other side. We're just going to pull it down and center it. Down and center it. nice thing about Megan's is she has it all made that you can make it with cotton woven. And then she has this really cool like little pencil pouch thing that goes in it. Have you guys made any of those, Yesenia? Have you made any of Megan Nixon's patterns? Just send it to me, so if I get a chance this week, I'll cut one out and play with it. Maybe that'll be one we do on one of these weekend lives. All right, so now I'm just gonna do my top stitching and then stay stitch that. But I need a drink. I was also thinking about making, I have two of Katie's from my little shindig. I have two of her panels that I bought from her at a Sewcation that are Disney oriented. And I was thinking about making something for my cruise with that. But I don't know what. Again, I'm telling myself I want to pack light. Because I want to be able to bring stuff home. I've never been to Brussels before. I've been to Amsterdam. But one of the things when we were like booking our excursions, it said that I guess Burgess is known for their lace. So I'm actually kind of excited for that because I want to bring home some lace and dye it. Maybe there'll be some on the website. We'll see how much it is. If it's reasonable, I might dye some to put on the website. The construction of this is very similar to the Bitty Bug pack, just Bitty Bug is smaller. And you don't, you do 2 gussets for the Bitty Bug. I was thinking about doing for the shirt, for additional shirt, I was thinking about doing like a spooky bookish sewing one. I have to look up and try to find a good saying. Alrighty. There's our gusset. Voila! Alright, now we're going to put it together. This feels very big. Hopefully I did it correctly. Like I said, it's been a little while. Oh no, it's good. Alright, so we're going to put our front on first. So we're going to find our centers and clip them in place. Oh, this is going to look so cool. I love this print so much. Alright, and then where you did your top stitch, you just want to kind of look. I always just try to gauge how it's gonna lay. where am I going to need to, your zipper will always stretch a little bit. Where am I going to need to finagle it? Okay. Then down here at your corners, I'm going to clip those. And then we're going to get that stiletto out. What fabric are you using for your Mav pack, Melissa? I saw, I don't know who it is that has like the really cool panels for the Mavs. I like that Lindsay did that. Like that she has certain people that you can get the like, I don't know. It's cool to be able to get fabrics like that, that everything kind of coordinates. All right. Change my stitch length. The travel belt from Sophisticated Sew is an easy, fast sew, and it has a lot of binding. I made that one too. That's a really good, I sold a bunch of those, you guys. So those of you who do, oh no, we might be changing. We're changing a posi pin, you guys. If you don't know what that is, it's a sale right term that makes you curse. But I'm glad that they have it, because if they didn't have it, they would ruin my motor over time. So, and you know what? It's good because I almost forgot to put our tag in there. So I'm going to set that on there, and we're going to change this out. I think it's this thread in my bobbin that's giving me some problem. I think this is this a Siah one, or I don't know whose this is. Maybe it's not. It's a little thinner than what the one I'm using in my, and yes, I know this looks like I'm breaking something, but I'm not. Get this piece of jam thread out of here. Don't let this scare you from sale right, okay, you guys? There's a little piece in there still. Come on, baby. There we go. Cut and sew from K&A, yes. Oh, Goosebumps. That's so fun. I did see, I had looked at some Goosebump fabric. I really want someone to do Nancy Drew. I would love it. I have not found, like, good Nancy Drew fabric. I would really like someone to do Nancy Drew. Because I feel like that's a classic. Nancy Drew and the Babysitters Club. I would like. So if you know nobody who's an artist, tell them that's what I want. change which bobbin thread I'm using. I'm gonna use something that looks like it's about the same thickness as oh, I'm sorry I bumped you guys. That's the same thickness as my above thread. Because this just is a little bit thinner. I just recognized that. Yeah, just a little bit thinner. That's probably what did it. Babysitter's Club. Yes, Little Women would be good series. Oh yeah, that would be a good series. So I've drawn an entire Narnia. Well, created an entire Narnia series of fabric. Oh, I don't have my posy pen yet. One thing at a time, Jenna. So I have a whole bunch of Narnia, but it's making me nervous because I feel like if people don't do Christmas stuff, I feel like it's kind of Christmassy. But I guess Narnia, like, people love Narnia, so it would be something like people would do, you know, any time of year. But I have a whole series of Narnia fabric created. Vonda's like, yes, Narnia. American Girl. Okay, let's make a poll. So I'm a child of the 80s. I think many of you know this. How many of you, if you were a child of the 80s, could not wait for the American Girl magazine to come? I can remember being so in love with Samantha. I'll share with you my American Girl story. So, my grandparents raised me, as many of you guys know from being here before. My grandparents raised me, and so, you know, they're on a fixed budget, right? Like, it's not like they had a whole bunch of money. And back in the 80s, an $85 or $89 doll, because that's what they were back then, was a lot of money. Like, that's a lot of money for a doll, right? And then, of course, you have all the accessories and all the clothes. You were a teenager in the 80s, Vonda? Well, that's even cooler, because teenagers in the 80s were pretty cool. Were you in love with Bill and Ted? I had neighbors who were older than me, and they were in love with Bill and Ted. Anyways, I can remember, I was born in 81. So I can remember getting that American Girl doll magazine and being like, I just wanted her so bad. And my grandmother kept telling me, like, you know, it's too expensive. We can't afford that type of doll. You have plenty of other dolls. And I probably, let me think. So I don't know exactly when American Girl came out, but I was probably 7, 8, somewhere in there. Like, I was still playing with dolls. I feel like girls don't play with dolls as long, which is sad. It makes me sad because I feel like they don't get their childhood as long as we did. Anyways, that's a whole other conversation. So I circled her, like, every single one. I was like just obsessed with Samantha. And my grandmother, my grandmother would read to me every single night. Like, there wasn't a time I can't remember my grandmother reading to me when I was younger. So I was pretty sure I wasn't going to get her, but I don't know if I still believed in Santa. I might have still believed in Santa. I don't know. But I don't think I wrote a letter to Santa asking for it. But my grandmother's sister, she always had like a holiday party that was like between Christmas and New Year's. And she would watch me on Fridays when my grandmother would go and get her hair done. Oh, I want to be that type of old lady. Anyways, my aunt was like a big QVC lady. So she also would always get the American Girl books. And so when I would be at her place, she would hand me the magazines to, like, window shop, as she called it. So I would always be circling everything. And the American Girl book, like, once she started getting those, that was the only one I circled stuff in. So we went to her Christmas party, and we never really did exchanges, I don't think, because it was after Christmas. But it was just a time for, like, all of our family, well, my grandmother's family, to get together. And under the tree at this party, my aunt, again, she's my great aunt, says, "Jenna, Santa left something here for you. He must have got the wrong house." And under the tree was these boxes, and my aunt got me Samantha. And I had all of, like, her party stuff, like her birthday party stuff. Like, she must have spent, like, I think about that, and oh my gosh, she must have spent so much. So, yeah. So I have an original Samantha. And when my daughter was born, these lighters. When my daughter was born, my daughter was never, I should have known, she was never really into dolls. She always liked dissecting things, and she's a scientist. But I was living vicariously through her. She did love horses, so she liked Felicity. By that point, Felicity was one of the American Girl dolls. And so we did get her Felicity. She had a bunch of other ones. Oh my gosh, they're all in my attic. But we went to American Girl Place for one of her birthdays. I took her to New York City to go to American Girl Place. And I said to her, "Well, you can take one of your dolls. We can do the, like the salon thing." And she was like, "Mama, I want to take yours. I want to take Samantha. She really needs it," because, she was old. And when we got there, the girl, because mine's stamped with, like, Pleasant Company on the back. So it's not like it's before Mattel bought them. And the girl at the counter was like, "Just so you know, we're going to put yours in the safe since it's an original." And I was like, I don't think, I guess they are worth something if you have everything now. I don't know. But what a beautiful, like, even just the company originally, like, I know, like, now it's very commercialized because Mattel bought them, and there's a lot of different, but I feel like they kept some of it. But the woman who did that, she was a teacher, and she wanted girls to learn about, like, girl history, which I think that's pretty awesome, and, like, Samantha was actually, my grandmother was born in 1919, so Samantha was actually closer to, like, kind of her time period, right, as a young girl. So it's just good memory. But we read I remember bringing all those books home from the library at school, right? And then American Girl in the 90s. So I don't know, anybody who got American Girl magazine in the 80s. I remember when they sent a survey to all the girls who had an American Girl doll, and they asked, if you could pick any American Girl doll, like, what would you want it to look like, right? And every little girl wanted an American Girl doll that looked like her, right? Like, I feel like all of us wrote, sneakers, and, like, all of us wanted one that was gonna, like, could look like us. And it wasn't long after that survey that it came out that you could design an American Girl doll to look like you. And I feel like they've done so well with inclusion in that, which is great. Yeah, I love American Girl doll. I would still play with dolls if I had the time. Like Mo says, I'm busy enough. I can't go play with dolls. Speaking of dolls, I remember my grandmother also taking me to visit this lady that she did quilts for. Like my grandmother would quilt the tops for people. And this woman, her whole house was shelves of dolls, which is kind of creepy, but also like, isn't that kind of joyful? Like she just loved it, and like her whole house was dolls. I feel like for me it would be kind of creepy. Like I wouldn't like them looking at me all the time. But thinking back when I was a kid, like now, that's kind of, you know, she was an older woman by herself. So I'm using the binded and dyed now. And what's great about the binded and dyed is there's actual lines on it. So one, you can follow the line all the way around. It gets a little tricky when you get to the zipper, but and I didn't do any more of the lavender haze, unfortunately. It was just for sewing blurbs. This is the perfect pattern, and it also, there's plenty here for a bitty bug pack too. We sell them on the website in 3 yards and 6 yards because I feel like a lot of people do 5-yard cuts of binding, and I feel like 5-yard cuts are great, but if you're gonna do a few small projects. But if you do one big project, you're always probably left with just enough that it's not good enough for anything. So that's why we did the 3 and 6 yards. We tend to sell more of the 6-yard cuts than the 3, which I didn't think would be the case. So we have more 3 yards in stock than 6 yards. But next year we'll know, so we'll make more of the 6-yard cuts next year. Sorry, motorcycles. 90s the best music ever, or the 80s the best music ever. 80s the best music. Don't get me wrong, I like 90s music too, but I listen to a lot more 80s music than I do 90s music, personally. All right, now this is also what I love about binded and dyed. So because it has a stretch to it, I can stretch it a little bit further. It's not stretchy this way. It has some stretch the opposite way, like because it's woven and the weave is in opposite directions. So now I'm just wrapping it around. The other end is closed, so you don't have to worry about any like threads or burning of threads, right? Like I know sometimes with the water resistant canvas we have to burn down the edges. You don't have to do any of that with this. Okay, and now I'm just going to sew it from this direction, and I'm just going to follow this other line, and it'll sew right down the other side. I'm going to use my stiletto to just push that under. Top stitch. feel like the dyed part of it makes it that the colors are a little bit easier, like for, even if it is an exact match, because it's variegated, like you can match a bunch of different colors too. The one color that we can't really get is black, which is unfortunate. But when you're ice dyeing, you get all the splits of the dye. So you'll see on the website, I just put one up, it's called Midnight. And that was actually a black dye. But what's kind of cool is it kind of made it like deep greens and deep blues. Like there's reds in it. Like it's almost dark rainbow, right? Which is kind of cool. Alrighty, there we have it. I'm just gonna, alright, see how nice it looks? So then that's the front part. Let's take a look and see how it looks so far. Oh, it's looking so good. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so perfect. The binding dyed also, because it is a little thicker, I will say that, it's a little thicker than what you might be used to. The structure it's going to give the bags, it's going to help that interfacing. Like, look how crisp that, like, zipper area looks. And a lot of that is because of the binding dyed. Like, where's my other one? I'll show you. So this here, I did a different binding. You can kind of see how, like, the top is kind of sunken in. And that's because the binding in here, I think, I used some sticky binding. It's thin. It's not, it doesn't have any structure to it. So, like, this kind of pushes in a little bit. You can see how this is like pushed out and like actually, so there you go. All right, last little bit, we're gonna open that zipper and we're gonna put our back on. Okay, so now what we do is we want to make sure we don't put it on upside down. We're gonna put our Velcro and everything in this direction. We're going to find our centers, clip, clip. Yeah, I grew up on a street that had mostly older kids, so, but the 80s were such a good time. I'm in, what do they call it, a zennial or an exennial? So I feel like I relate to both the Gen Xers and the elder millennials. And then where you're, so you can kind of see this, where your center is here, it'll be like your stitch line. If you did the 1/8 of an inch top stitch here, will be actually right where your stitch, if you did an 1/8 of an inch top stitch on your pocket, just to give you an idea there, because sometimes it's hard to see when you have all that bulk. Right now my Velcro is giving me some hassle here. Come on. There we go. Thank you. I love my modifications too. I think it's gonna, like I said, it's a little bit more, it gives you a little bit more space. You can't put a whole lot of stuff in these because, you know, it's on the side of a cup. but you can at least, it can at least, you know, be a wallet along with being like a decorative thing on your cup, right? Like it's usable. All right. So there we have, now we have to kind of scrunch so we can stitch this down. The other night I watched Back to the Future, like all 3 of them. Because once I got started, I think, are they on, what are they on right now? Are they on Netflix? Netflix or Hulu maybe? I don't know. But I also was like, I loved Michael J. Fox. Oh my God. I still love him. But I had a big crush on him. And, oh my God. Do you remember the, on Nickelodeon, the Monkeys? They had the Monkeys show. I had a big crush, and now I can't even think of his name. The lead of the Monkeys. I can't remember that too. Oh my goodness. Come on. Hey, we're the Monkeys. Oh my gosh, I remember being so excited for when that show would come on. Yeah, it's on Netflix. I watched it the other night. Those movies were so good. I feel like my kids haven't got to experience, like, good trilogies like that. Even just, like, going to the theater. I mean, we go to the movies a lot, actually, as a family. We used to, at least. So I do feel like my kids, like, have experienced the movies. But other than, like, I would say, like, the Marvel movies, I don't feel like there's any, like, series of movies that my kids, like, I don't know. It's weird. I feel like all of us kind of think, as a generation, we have the better, right? I went a little kind of wonky there, but it's all right. Okay, so now, which way am I going? I'm going this way. Yeah, I feel like in the 90s, what was I really into in the 90s? I was kind of, actually Katie from My Little Sugar, we were just talking about this, because she went to see Slash in concert from Guns N' Roses. I was kind of a rocker. I loved, like, Guns N' Roses and Nirvana. We just went to see Fly Me to the Moon. It was good. I really want to see that. I feel like I want to see that with my daughter. I feel like it would be a good one for her and I to see together. I like Scarlett Johansson too, so I heard that it's pretty funny. Like, oh, I would have had enough of this to do my little key fob thing, but it's all right. I could do the quilting version of the binding, but for these little things, I feel like it's so hard to determine how much you need there, so, and again, it's mine, so I'm not gonna bother. Come on. If you hear somebody yelling, that's my father-in-law. He's not yelling at anyone in particular. He's just Pennsylvania Dutch, and he talks really loud. So it sounds like he's yelling, but he's not. My husband's outside working on the kids' cars, getting oils changed and whatnot. Yeah, well, I feel like there's been mixed reviews about that movie, hasn't there? I wasn't sure if I was going to like it because I felt like at first I was like, oh, they're kind of making fun of the space program. And if you guys know me long enough, you know, like, that's a pretty big deal in this house. But I think it's meant in good fun though, right? Honda. Again, binding is tedious. Just take your time. It does make your projects look so good. I might trim down some of these corners a little bit. Okay. I can wrap this around. See, like, this is what I love about this binding. You can see right there. So this is where my webbing is right now. And if I would have done a fold over type of binding, which makes it look so nice, okay, you guys, like, that's one of the reasons I really wanted to do this. Let's stop doing crappy binding. I'm sorry. I just feel like, I know it's easy, but we want to make especially if you're trying to sell things. I just feel like this looks so much more professional. You can see here, like, because of that weave, I can fold it over and get it over that. How many times have you, like, been able to see your stitching because you couldn't pull the binding. So that's one of the reasons I love it. You know, and this is fairly thin. I mean, granted, I do have interfacing in here, but like it's still fairly thin. I feel like you could still, even though I'm doing this on a domestic, I should clip this down a little bit more. There went my stiletto. I'm barefoot, so I was trying not to get my feet. I don't know, I just feel like it allows you to make a really professional binding look. I don't want to say much, but let's just say you leave the theater with some of the same questions you might go in with. Okay, yeah, that works. Again, I feel like it was meant to just be a good thought provoker, right? I kind of felt that from the previews. All right, now we're gonna just turn it around and we're gonna follow that other line and we're gonna top stitch. And I'm gonna get my stiletto that fell. You really shouldn't wear black pants when you're sewing. All my little clips and stitches are all over me. All right. I'm stuck. My nephew is here with a tractor. Now my father-in-law is going for a ride on the tractor with my nephew. We are a real farm, everybody. I'm sorry, I just taken my time here, you guys. Hopefully it shows you that you don't have to be perfect with binding. Come on, I don't want you to get tangled up here. Alrighty, there we have it. Oh, thread here. when I was jumping the stitches here, I have some, oh my goodness, this is lighter. I need a lighter, everybody. It's done. There's nothing there. All right, let's turn it. So we have our binding done. Here are the threads. We have our little key clip. Binding looks really good. Let's turn this puppy. Helps if you turn the tops first. I'm sure you guys could turn this way faster than me, but my hands don't have a lot of strength right now because of dyeing fabric. So this is going to take me a little bit. I need to burn that down. Look at that. And I don't have a lighter. Do I have another one of those someplace? I think I do. Looking good, looking good. Oh, it looks so nice. It looks really nice. I love it. All right. So let me just close it up here. I think I have another lighter in my, what do you call it thing here? Is it gone? Everything but the machine. I think I have one that I travel with. Maybe. You know. There's glue stick. Nope. Oh. Well, I'm going to need to find a lighter somewhere. But, yeah, we can get it to work. One more time. One more time. There we go. All right. Good enough. All right. Let's put this on my cup, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. This was fun. I feel like I just haven't sewn in a very long time. I can barely see the T. So it says T and Tom's, but the T is sad. All right, let's put this on my cup. And then we'll put my bitty bug pack on here too. We'll see how it looks. All right. I would show you my phone in the front pocket, but I'm using my phone. So let me just clip this baby on there. Look at that. Look how cute it is. Perfect. Perfect. Matchy matchy. Yeah. How cute would that be as a teacher gift? That would be a really cute teacher gift. I love it. I do feel like, I guess I need to get the little straw holder things. If I'm going to take, or if I'm going to make myself a backpack that holds my Stanley Cup along with all the other things that I travel with. I don't know, because this is really stinking cute, and I feel like I want to take it with me when I travel. Because this is nice, like when you're going to play bingo on the cruise ship, right? Like it's nice when you're going to do things to not carry like my big backpack. I do have my Louis waist pack from Amber though too, so But I don't know, you guys. What do you think? Are you going to make a set? I think you should make a set. So our library series, like I said, that will be available for pre-order up until August 9th. That's our pre-order when you go to our website. If somebody wants to pop the website link in, if Diana's still here, maybe Diana can do it, or Sybil. But the website, our website has, if you scroll down, you'll see all of the prints that are like at the bottom of the page. That's part of our pre-order. And that pre-order runs until August 9th. We have very fast pre-orders as well. I guess I'll brag about that a little bit. I guess I'm allowed. But our pre-orders, our turnaround time is 7 weeks, which would mean that the last estimated ship date is September 27th. But I promise you, we are going to get them out to you earlier. We pretty much, I don't think ever have gone to our actual ship date, right? Yes, straw toppers. So if you want the library prints, all of our library prints are up there. We also have a lot of other fun, like bookish prints. We have a feminist Jurassic Park series, which I think maybe next week maybe we'll sew something with that. I don't know. Let me know what series you want me to sew with next week. And I'll choose something that you guys, I don't know what I'm going to make, but let me know what series you want me to sew with next week. And I'll sew with whatever series you guys want me to sew with. And then, what else? We have limited edition tags. So, the Heartwood and Hide Co., Jade and Chris, they helped me design tags that go with my prints. So the Jurassic series, there's also a Swiftmas. So for all my Swifties, I think if you're a Swiftie, you know that Taylor is from Pennsylvania. Her Christmas tree farm is only 45 minutes from my farm. And so I designed a Swiftmas series, and there's tags that go along with that. We have Potter inspired tags. We have ACOTAR inspired tags and fabric. Lots and lots of goodies. So go check out our pre-order. Again, it runs from now until August 9th. Turnaround time is 7 weeks, but we always get it out sooner than that. All of our fabrics are organic. They're eco-friendly printed, and they're all made in America, except for our linen, which is made in Normandy, France. Did I use jumbo or regular size? So I use the Thunder size. So we do have 2 different scales. Thank you, Mo, for asking that. And I'm going to put the handcrafted.com. That's our website. Oh, I guess it doesn't do a link unless you put the stuff. Here, I'll do that. And I didn't put the D. Don't use that link. Can I get rid of that? I don't know if I can get rid of that now. Someone help me. HBS here. Play-Doh Thunderbird handcrafted.com. There. Okay. That's the right link. So use that link. I use jumbo size. I use the Thunder size. So this is the larger scale, and it still looks really cool. So I do think, for me, I like bigger, bolder prints. I think that it really just depends on what you're making and what you like to use. So our regular scale, this is what I'll tell you. Our regular scale is the design quartered into a 12-inch or a 10-inch. Make sure you look at I have the measurements on all of our images. Our Thunder size is the image singled at a 10-inch scale. So just so you know that, 10 inches is not what your standard printing is. It's not jumbo, okay? I know Thunder size makes it sound jumbo, but we wanted to make it fun and use our name. So it is a little, I think Thunder size, the scale, it's great for bag projects. And so that's what I would encourage you, unless you want something that's a smaller scale. Your fat fingers didn't work on your phone. It's okay, Diana. So the Thunder size is, I feel like, for those of us who are bag makers, it's a little bit bigger than what you might be traditionally used to, but I do feel like it's a scale that looks really good on bags. What What else? You can get a free fabric sample from me. If you are not a part of our email list, make sure that you go and sign up for our email. That will send you, or texting, that will send you a code for a free fabric sample. The way you get that is either you boop the snoot of my pup Apollo when he pops up on my website, or you can just create an account and then you'll also receive it that way. But that gives you a free fabric pack sample, and then later on in your email you get a second one. So pay attention to your emails, and you can get our sample packs, which we offer those in our bag making fabrics, our apparel making fabrics, what we would call like apparel stretch fabrics, and then also the dyed fabrics, like so the fabrics that I dye that I might not offer prints on. Okay, so that's that. Did I miss something? Tags have 100 quantity cap, so anybody who wants any of the tags that are a part of our pre-order, I suggest you order sooner than waiting till the last minute for your tags, because sometimes the tags do sell out if you love some of the tags. Some of the tags come back for pre-orders, some of the tags do not. I tried to keep my friendship with Jade and Chris to the point where I am giving them business and not driving them wild, because they've helped me design a lot of tags. The last thing is the rainbow fabric. So I'll share with you guys, if you are Patreon, you know exactly what time rainbow dye will be on the website tonight. I'm going to say tonight. And here will be your hint. I am not a late night sewer. And it's an hour before House of Dragon. So there you go. If you want rainbow fabric, there will be, I think I have close to 40 pieces coming up on the website. And it's in all different bases, apparel bases, bag bases, all different ones. The rainbow fabric does not last long. Every time we've done rainbow fabric, it has sold out. If you order retail and pre-order together, it will not ship until your pre-order comes. So if you want to order dyed fabric and you want it to come before September, make sure you order it on its own or with other retail items. Is that it? Is that everything, you guys? This was fun. I haven't finished. I still have to finish this. I thought maybe I would be in the mood now, but what time is it? We're at 3 o'clock. So I haven't finished this bag yet. This is from the Dynamic Fabric Kit for July, which was the fries and the floral foodie one. I haven't finished this bag yet. I need to finish it. This is the Laura from Sally Tomato. I thought it has such a cool, design to it. I just haven't finished it yet. So it's one of those unfinished projects that will happen when I'm not dyeing fabric. Last thing, I know my bestie Katie over at My Little Shindig, she has some big announcements happening this week, so definitely go and follow her. Is there anything else? Am I missing anything? Sybil, Diana. Thank you, Melissa, Vonda, everybody who was chatting. Annalisa, I didn't even see that you commented. Hi, Peach. Everybody who came, thank you. This was a lot of fun. I had a really good time today, and we'll do it next week. Let me know what series in the comments. Let me know what series. So here's what I'll leave you with. Let me know what series in the comments you want me to sew with next week from the pre-order. If I have it, I'll use it. I do have a little bit of every series, I think, except for the Ghouls Night Out and the Mermaid one. Both of those are awesome, though. I don't have those. But I do have a little bit of all the other ones. So if there's one you want me to sew with for next week, let me know. And we'll meet here, same time, same place, next Sunday. All right? Have a great one, everybody. I'll use this finger so I don't cover it up. Thank you.